What is up, guys? Old School TCG here, back after a hiatus. Sorry about that. My camera was being very fussy with me for the past couple of weeks, but now we are back, and I am now showing you just a quick video. This is just going to be 3 rounds of content. We've got for my locals, so let's just begin. So yeah, round 1 we got my friend Liam on the left playing Blackwings, and my friend Ethan on the right playing Frog Monarchs. If I remember correctly, this is the list that just won Nationals, so hopefully, let's just see how this goes. And also on the right, Ethan, he's going to be actually one of my teammates coming up this weekend at a 3v3 in SoCal at Collectible Exchange, so I'm very excited for that. So let's just see what happens. So it looks like the Blackwing player will be going first. I will say this beforehand. The guy on the left hasn't played Yu-Gi-Oh! For about 3 years. So, just fair warning. So, we've got the dupe lock going up. We saw Fishwork Blaster hit the graveyard, so you can definitely confirm this is the list that just made, got first at Nationals. Let's see what he does with this. Is he going to go for the full dupe block, or is he just going to go for the substitute dupe block? Dumps the Treeborn, and is going to go ahead and bring out the one dupe frog, and is that it? Looks like he's shuffling his deck, so it looks like that's going to be about it. He sets one, I believe it's a Raigeki break, and he's going to pass the turn on over to the Blackwing player. He draws. His hand is okay, to say the least. He's got a lot of Blackwings. Doesn't have Black Whirlwind, but I think I saw an Icarus attack. Oh, no, I see Roll Oppression. Not the best in this matchup, but it's fine. Normal summons the Sirocco. Brings out the Bora. He's going to pump the Bora. Well, first of all, it was a miss thing because he couldn't attack the substitute. He had to attack the dupe frog, but it didn't matter because he had the Raigeki break, so all is fine. Oh, this is where he should have Roll Oppressioned, actually. That's a little bit of a misplay from the Blackwing player. If he had done the Royal Oppression, it would have fully stopped his opponent's turn. Because the only thing that Ethan would have would be a dupe frog. He's got 2 cards in hand from Ethan. He's going to attack for 400 just to get rid of the back row. We're just going to reveal itself to be a Royal Oppression in a second. Oh, they're just trying to figure out life points, so just give them a second. Pops the Royal Oppression. Yeah, Ethan, if you're watching this, he should have hit you with the Oppression. And I think he's just going to pass. What does he have in his hand? Does he have... Oh, I think I know what he has. Oh, it's Braincon. Why is he taking it? Oh, does he use Substitute Effect? Should he have done Brain Control earlier to take the Sirocco? Not necessarily, because if it was an Icarus attack, he would have just flipped it on the Brain Control. Even on the attacking Unifrog, I would have flipped it. So he must have recognized that it was not an Icarus, but let's just see what happens. So he goes into Shura. So he's got the dupe block going on. Yep, as I've said before, the guy on the left is brand new to Edison, basically. But shall see what happens going forward. So it's a new card. I don't know which one it is. He might have set a Icarus attack, hopefully. Goes for another swap frog to dump. I'm assuming either... Ah, he's dumping the Death Frog. I love the Death Frog. Five monster zones taken up, so not much really he can do. He can tribute for Swap Frog. Or, sorry, he can bounce a Swap Frog into his hand just to keep keep water into his hand. He probably has another water. Bottomless Grapple. Yep, was not going to be used in this matchup all that well. Thanks to Unifrog being on the board and a double dupe log. The only way that he can really get out of this is if he brings out Black Rose and blows up the board. But we shall see what happens coming up. Oh, there's the Gale. He's in a Synchro, I'm assuming into Black Rose. Kaboom. Yep, that's a +4 on that one. What was this back row? Oh, it might have been right. Was it right Geki break? Feels right Geki break. He should have grabbed it sooner. He grabs Flip Flop and Unifrog. Just passes, draws return. Ah, he should have specialed the dupe. Or, sorry, specialed the Gale, and then North wants something else in attack to get some damage in. But, oh well. Grabs another dupe frog, because this list is playing 3 dupe frogs. Which I'm not against or anything. I love dupe frog. I love the frog engine itself. I just don't play it as often as I should. He attacks in for 1,000, just gets some good damage in. Notice once this flip flop sets it.
He can return monsters on the field to
Draws. Let's see what he has. Black Whirlwind finally. Notice one's the Colute. Not the best of options because your Gale's gone, but you can grab Blizzard, which you can use next turn. Searches the value. He could go for a Blizzard, for a Brionac play next turn, depending on what he has in hand. He's just gonna attack. Oh, it gets the Colute to bounce into the hand. I'm not necessarily sure if Flip Flop is a mandatory or not. If it is, then that sucks. But if it is not, he should not activate that. You can. So I probably shouldn't have put the Colute back into his hand, because that is a Colute being added into his hand, which is very lethal. Brings the dupe log back into formation. Trap does shoot. Very nice. Gets the Blizzard out. Okay, maybe Ethan's just 5 steps ahead of me. Let's see. So double Colute and Trap Dictionary gonna do anything. Yeah, I think the only thing he can do is just pass. The Ethan's gonna put them both into defense. He's in a normal soft run, just attack for another 1,000, just get that damage in. He knows that he's in a really good position. He just sets and pass. He should have bounced the Swap Frog back, but it's fine. Unless he's actually worried about Torrential. If he's worried about Torrential, then fair play. But he's in such a good position that he can get rid of so many cards. Draws into a spell of some kind. I think it was Salvage. Gets the Jar of Greed. Salvage was correct. Grab Unifrog. He grabs Death Frog and Flip Flop. I would have grabbed Uni at this point, actually. Unless he already has the Uni. Normal summons the Death Frog, which is hysterical. Gets in for 29. And he's not afraid of the Gores because he doesn't care about it. The Gores is technically And also, it might not even be played in this list. Ooh, Starlight Road and Trap Dust Shoot, not the best of choices. You don't care about it, Ethan. He's playing Blackwings, he shouldn't be on it anyway. And even if he is, you still have so many outs. Sets the flip-flop and passes. Normal grabs a Bora. Bora's not a bad option, but unfortunately he's still under the dupe. Sets to... He should set probably, but it's fine. He's got the Death Frog. So with this, I think he's just going to go for... Does he have set? Flip-flop? Yeah, he's just going to bounce it. Deal more damage in. Oh, there's the Ryza. Okay, and then attacks the game. Okay, moving on to game 2. So Ethan is up 1-0. Uh-oh, is that Black Whirlwind in his hand? I see a Blizzard and a Vayu. Let's see what the Blackwing player does. Hopefully he does a bit better this game. Bit rusty. Okay! Double Black Whirlwind, but I don't think he has anything big enough to search. There's nothing he can search. Oh. Yeah. Ethan. Ethan! Ethan! Yeah. I was about to call out Ethan. I was like, Ethan, you should know this card. You should know this card very vividly. I don't think there's even a Blackwing out at that point that has lower attack than Vayu. At the point of Edison, that is. Dumps the special swap, dumps the Treeborn. Some Substoad just going for the full lock again. He can actually do the funny thing and just start poking at his opponent, which is getting rid of the Black Whirlwinds. I'll just allow 0 engine to start going forward. Oh. Has Flip-Flop and Treeborn back into his hand. Says and passes. He could have had a swap frog. He also didn't have to activate the salvage at the current moment. He could have activated anything else. He could have just passed on that and been perfectly fine. There wasn't anything going for him. Oof. He has to tribute over the Vayu. But he does get 2 searches if this goes through. Okay, there we go. Right cookie break. It misses because it can't read the attack points, so he can go into to Blizzard, or sorry, not Blizzard, into Armed Wing.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, he doesn't recognize that Substitute just protects all frogs from living. And no damage will be dealt because it has no effects. So they're just he's explaining everything. Tries to bring out the Treeborn. Just normal summons the Caius, banishes it. Deals an extra 1,000 damage. Then this is not looking good for the Blackwing player. Also, just guys, just recognize like he's new to the game. He's new to Edison, so he doesn't know everything. So just let him be. He's doing just fine. Don't pay attention to those life points in the corner, by the way. Those are wrong. Someone's clue. Yep, there it goes. Tree one comes out. You didn't have to do that. You can substitute, bring out anything, but if that's torrential, he's getting mega punished. Brings out Dewfrog and Unifrog. He's gonna pop the back row, which was an Icarus attack, which I definitely recognized. No, unfortunately, he was never gonna have that stick on the board ever. Blizzard, and it looks like another clue or something. I can't see. Oh, it might be Sirocco. Oh, it's Bora.
Yes.
There was a few, but none of them really played. Grabs double. Oh, grabs Clue and Gale. Okay, I thought it was double Clue. I was about to be like, damn, he's going for a game show that he can't make. But I do see that he's going to go for another Black Rose play, which is okay. The only thing is that Ethan has double dupe up, which he will then recover 2 cards. Sorry about that. It's hot this week. Well, I mean, summertime in SoCal. Of course it's hot. Why would you go on Armor Master? Don't do that. Don't go on Armor Master. There he goes. Black roses it up. Which is unfortunate, because that's the second time he's had to do it. Potentially, if the guy had just waited for a moment where the monster would have survived a turn, he could have set the Icarus attack and then done that on his turn, but no well. Swap Frog, he's going to use its effect, just attack 1,000. He's probably not going to bounce it. Or not, just prove me wrong again. Don't worry, Ethan. We're still friends. Which was Blizzard, good guard, good card. Brings back out the Bora. Probably gonna synchro into. Oh, there he goes, getting more damage in. Making sure on damage. Draws. Let's see what it goes down. Just sets one, doesn't even want to bring up the Treeborn for obvious reasons, and just passes it up. I feel like Ethan is looking for a card specifically. Takes 800, grabs another monster, or grabs another water out. Grabs Flip Flop, which is going to be a good card to use. He's going to Heavy Storm, Pro Set Storm. Like a motherfucker. Brionac. He's going to go for Brionac game. I'm pretty sure this is lethal. Come on, Ethan. Come on, Ethan. You have the line. Just go for the Brianek. Take for 6. Go for Brio. Bounce it. Bang. Game over. Okay, that's game. Moving on to round 2, that's me on the left playing Gemini versus my friend Connor on the right playing Plant Control. And I will be fully transparent, I misplayed a few times. I should have done something else. I go for the Upstart Goblin because I want to see if I can draw into something else. I go ahead and I set a Morphing Jar and I set 3 and I pass turn. He goes ahead and normal summons Graveros, which I believe are just bottomless. I'm just like, nah, don't want to deal with that shit. He sets 2 as well. I flip over both my Reinforced Truths to bring out both my Gemini soldiers because I just didn't want to brick on them. Now, I think I'm fully going to recognize where my misplays are because... Oh, well, that's not a misplay because I didn't draw it. Bring it to attack with Gemini Soldier. He just mirror forces it, gets rid of it. Strongest mirror force NA. I didn't want to flip over I didn't want to flip over the Morphing Jar right now because I wanted to keep one of the cards in my hand. And then I drawn a Supervise, which I'm like, oh, okay, it's a good card. I set the Supervise, flip over the Morphing Jar, and I use its effects. Dump 5. I draw pretty well, all things considered. I go Imperial Animal because I want to make sure that he can't bottomless me. You go ahead and Supervise it. I should just bring out the Titanial at this moment. Titanial's like the only card that would keep me in this game, and I misplaced so hard by doing this. Recognizing that he's on plants, especially with Miracle Fertilizer, is like a death sentence. So, I'm going to go into my Nettles play. I'm going to go into what should be a lockout game, into which I go into Stardust Dragon with Gigaplant on the board, which is very strong, by the way, for most first turn boards. But it just straight up loses to anything that targets, like Phoenix Wing Wind Blast or Raigeki Break. Well, not Raigeki Break in this case because of Stardust, but I would have lost to it earlier anyway. And I believe I set a card that was supposed to... Yeah, I set a Solemn. So I was trying to make sure that he can't go into Titanial, which was going to hurt me so badly, because I tried to get greedy and get Stardust Dragon with Gigaplant on the board at the same time, and I just immediately fold to this Titanial. If I went to Titanial first, I probably would have done a lot better. That, or if I went for Colossal Fighter. Because if I had the Solemn Judgment, he couldn't do anything anyway. So, just some misplays against this deck, but once again, he's playing this deck, and I just haven't had a lot of practice against it. Drawing Sangan was not a good Sangan to draw into, because I didn't have many targets left to search. I rephrased that. I didn't have a lot of good targets to search off of it. I set the copy of Dark Valkyria to hope to get another turn, but it does not happen. It does not happen. Yep, dumps Dandelion through the Graveros effect after Call the Haunting it. Rough. This is a rough game for Gemini. I'm pretty sure, like, that I should just scoop after this one, because I know I'm not going to be able to do shit. Can't target the Titanial, and I can't go into cards easily because he has 4 set back row. set that and I pass. Hopefully to draw into something good. Some debris, and I'm just like, okay, we are hella losing. Goes into his own Stardust Dragon, so now I can't even destroy things with these. Man, I should play Token Thanksgiving against him, but not that much of a degen. Search with Sangan. I searched Blazewing Butterfly, because that is one of my last... I think that's my only search actually left. Because Nettles is gone, Morphing Jar is gone. I think that's the last... and my Gemini Soldiers are both out of the deck. Yeah, I think Blazewing Butterfly is my last search, besides the other one that's in there. So, he's going to deal 2800 to me, in which I am now super close to lethal. And I misplay pretty badly here, because I should have just recognized that he did have a copy of Bottomless Set. I upstart him first to draw into Ultimate Offering. Good card, not good enough in this instance. Should have just slipped over the Imperial Iron Wall. But I don't. I know summon the Blazing Butterfly, and he goes Bottomless immediately. Yep, that's what I just say. Yep, I misplayed that. Go to game 2. I'll be going first again, and I draw a good hand, and I misplay it once again. Because I go for my Lone Fire. Going to Lone Fire, going to Gigaplant. Should have gone to Titanial once again. I should just be going Lone Fire Titanium because he has a harder time out it. Or just going to Colossal Fire because he has an even harder time outing that. Or I could just go to Blackbeard Draco. Or if he gets rid of my cards, I bring out Gigaplant back into the board. And I just set him MST anyway, so I should have just done that in the first place. I didn't have any back row to set. I think the rest of my hand is it's like 4 monsters. I know I draw a monster next turn anyway. Normal summons Lone Fire, and I'm like, shit. So I know I should have just summoned the other thing first. Yep, there's Titanial. Should just be going into my own Titanial against that board.
Whoa, this will be the new meta if you were to break it, yeah. You still have to be the first part. It's more about really only did you have 3-1 the other CS because I played special summon yellow defense, right?
Hits it, I take 400, and I'm like, at that moment, I'm just like, well, shit. Okay, first of all, I should not have done that because he has Titanial on the board, and he could just negate it if it was like an actually like really insane card. But then we're friends, so it doesn't really matter. He's my other teammate for the 3v3. I do manage to get rid of it. Oh, you know what? That's what happened. I drew Titanial both games. I have drawn Titanial more often than either of my Lone Fires.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was something else.
I do get Supervise, which is a good card, but he's got a lot of good cards. I take 29. In which I'm pretty sure he has Polynosis, and if he has it, he just has lethal. I just say to him, reveal Polynosis and you have it. So now we're moving on to the final round, which is these players are both undefeated going into the final round. A little bit of small locals this week, this was actually very weird. This is like the first small week that we've had in a long time. So we got Connor versus Eugene, Plan Control versus Machina. They're just asking about the camera. And let's get into it. Eugene will start us off.
Oh, the one that you.
He will set a Raikou,
I gave like 3 years.
I believe,
About
and he sets Legacy of Yagarasu and a bottomless trapple and just passes it on up.
You know what's funny? Micah gave me the as long as you happy, bro. I was like, oh no, I'll make this work. No, it did not work. It didn't work quite possible. You wanna know what's the worst part? He's like E4 military dude. So you can't compete with him. No, he's folding in 16 and 5 levels. Yeah, we do take this. No,
Bottomless will go off, killing off that Titanial. Very strong. Draws. Pretty strong opening from Eugene. No Machina's in sight, but all the control. Which isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. Hit's called the Haunted, which is actually not a bad hit in the slightest to get rid of the Lone Fire. I would laugh so hard if he just goes, oh, no, someone's the Lila. Doesn't want to attack for 200 to get the Gores to drop down. And attacks for 17. Yeah, thanks for trying to show life points, Connor. It's glared out. He's going to mill 3, hits Machina Force, Fortress, and Gear Frame. Wow, all 3 of different Machinas that are in his deck got milled immediately. I believe his legacy is still set. He should have set that Deep Prison, to be completely honest. Fertilizer to bring out the Lone Fire. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up probably the second Titanial that he has in his deck. Because that is a very strong card. Yep, there it is. Attacks into the Lila to take 11. Make sure they can't get his mills off anymore. Draws for turn. Draws to Mirror Force. Not a bad card. He's going to go ahead and probably tribute for the Kai's targeting the Titanial. No Solemn, that's what it sounds like. Titanial will negate, which will destroy the Caius, but it does keep the board now open. Sets a new card. Northsum's Cactus Bouncer, which is hysterical because it is a just no special summons if he has another plant on the field, but it gets deprisoned out. Sets a new card and passes. Draws for turn. Draws into Raikou. Not a bad card. He's probably going to set the Raikou, set a Mirror Force, and pass. Oh, he's actually going to go ahead and Legacy. He wants to get into the card. Oh, we got his 2 renewal Mega Hamster. It's not a bad card. He can set that, get a wall up going, and set the Mirror Force with it. Sets the Mirror Force and passes up. See what Connor does to try to counteract this. Connor's looking at his back row, sets another back row. Sets a monster. Passes it on over. Draws into Trap Dust Shoot, which is kind of dead at this moment, but oh well. Special summons, or sorry, flips with a Nimble Hamster. Get special summon Raikou to the from the deck. So after a lot of deliberation, Connor will allow this to go through. He needs to set a Raikou from his deck. By the way, this is sped up. Sorry that it's taking a little bit longer than normal, but everything seems to be going perfectly fine. He might attack into the face down, not knowing exactly what it is. I'm assuming it's probably going to be either Botanical Lion or... Oh, it might be Dandy. I think it's Dandy. Ah, that's why. I think he was trying to see if he wanted to flip over the Polynosis. He could have done the Polynosis play, but I think he decided against it. Normal summons to the Plague. Okay. So he's just going to Synchro straight up into Goyo just to take that monster. He's going to go to Flamvel. I see the Flamvel right there, so let's see what he wants to go for. Flamvel it is. Bottomless gets ripped. Oh, banished. There it goes. Think that Eugene's just going to pass. Yep. Passes it on over. Sets one. Pass it on over. I think that it's definitely Dandelion, which he can definitely try to go into. Pot of Avarice is not a bad card to draw into. That could reset a lot of cards in his deck. He's in a Raikou. He's thinking about Polynosising it right now. I know he is. He can just stop it. Oh, it's it's Solemn, not even Polynosis. How desperate is Connor at this moment? Yep, there's Polynosis. Oh, and it was Bouncer. It wasn't the, it wasn't Dandelion. Very strange. He just sets a new card and passes. Which I think it's the Raikou again. Yeah, there's another Raikou set. He's seen all three. I think that he just drew into a copy of Debris Dragon. Yeah, he's looking at Ancient Fairy Dragon. Oh, she's gonna pass. Set a pass. Probably wants to preserve a play for a later instance in the game. Flips Raikou. I'd hit the new one. Trench Tribute. That works. Mills 3. Nimble Hamster. Caius and Legacy. Nothing too important. He has Torrential, and now he's about to set Mirror Force. Or sorry, he has Mirror Force set, but he's probably going to... Oh, doesn't even go for it. I think he just drew Dandy. Yeah, that looked like Dandy to me. Oh, Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. I like how Eugene has all these cards in his deck still that he could be using, just like any of the Machinas, and he hasn't seen them yet. It's so funny. Yep, goes into the debris dragon. Probably gonna make Black Rose. Is he gonna blow up the board? No Black Rose effect. Does not want them all to die. And then on the token, somebody's just gonna torrential him out. Damn, Connor. Just that's one and passes. Draws Northland's Botanical Line. Pretty good card. Just as one passes. MSTs it right away. It was another deep prison. Northland's Cactus Bouncer. Not the best of cards. It's gonna attack. She's gonna take the 18. Draws into Machina Force. Oh, that's disgusting. I'm pretty sure this is lethal if he goes. Dumps the Machina Force for Machina Fortress. And he's gonna... Ooh, he's gonna Face Wing Wind Blast the back row. Yep, this is game. This is gonna be game, set, and match. Well, not match, but it's gonna be game. Brace the Fortress. Brain Controls takes the Cactus Bouncer, and I think attacks for lethal. Alright, moving on to game 2. Connor will choose to go first. Mark of the Rose. A few other cards. Can't really see them. Oh, Phoenix Wind Blast is one of them. A lot of traps from Eugene's side. I think I see at least 3. Foolish Burial. Dumb Standing Line. Uh-oh. Just get Lone Fire. Lone Fire plus Dandy equals... Oh, he's dumping the Lone Fire directly. He must have Miracle. Yep, he's got Miracle Fertilizer. Gonna go straight into Titanial. Pretty good. Pretty good. Sets 1. Passes it up. Eugene will draw for turn. There's Machina Fortress. There's a Caius. Oh, he's got 2 traps and 4 monsters. I see a Raikou, 2 Fortress, a Caius, and 2 Deep Prisons. Lamau, that's hysterical. Sets both Deep Prisons in the Raikou. Connor now goes. He decides to just set 4. Or set 3 and just goes to the end phase. He'll Phoenix Wing Wind Blast the monster. Which is fine. Draws for turn. Back to the Raikou. He's probably going to reset the Raikou. Not much of what else that Eugene could do at this moment. Yep, sets the Raikou. Sets 1. Deep Prison gets negated by Titanial, but Titanial's now off the board. So that means that set monster is not a plant. He would have normal summoned it, unless he's that scared of TT. Oh. It's possibly a fossil Dyna. He's going for a random back row. Hits the bottomless. Not a bad hit. Oh, no, he can just Caius the monster. He's gonna torrential it. It was Plague. Okay, that's what it was. Not a plant, but it was Plague Spreader.
It's solid. I was thinking about like Fortress. I'm like, what's the likelihood that's going to trigger?
Fortress now hitting the board, attacking for 25. Pretty good.
I misplayed it hard.
He has a spell in his hand, which I believe is Pot of Avarice. Norseman's Lone Fire. Ah, I see now. He's going to go for Titanial, but it's going to get hit by the Deep Prison, which makes Eugene hit him with another shot. Dang, I don't see how Connor really gets out of this. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Titania's gonna try to hit into the Machina Fortress, but the Machina Fortress is just gonna use. Well, Eugene's just gonna use the Deep Prison. He can't do anything about it. Oh, he's just gonna pass. He's forcing him to play into it. Okay, fair enough, Connor. Fair enough.
No, that's he's the one that if I destroy something, he gets it.
No, I would laugh so hard if Eugene just top decked a limiter removal, but he didn't. He top decked Gores. Come on, Eugene. You don't have a play. You can't use any of your cards. You can either attack into it or not. Come on, Eugene. Alright, he's just going to pass it up. Connor draws it to a spell trap, just sets it and passes. Oh, just draws it to an MST. He just sets it and passes it up. He's going to Mirror Force to the Mirror Force. Sorry, MST to MST. That's hysterical. He's going to set another card. Pass it back on over. Draws to another Pot of Avarice, which isn't going to do much of anything right now, so he's probably just going to pass back to Connor, like I just said. He drops it to it looks like a monster. Oh, he's going to Karma Cut the Fortress, which is pretty damn good. Gets rid of both of them from the graveyard. He prisons the Titanial. Legacy of Yatagarasu. He's going to set it. So drop turn, pass it up. Norseman's the Debris Dragon. Brings out Lone Fire. So to synchro probably into Ancient Fairy. Oh, Black Rose. He's going to attack for 24, which he's going to walk right into the Legacy play. Draw, and use Gores. Oof. Damn, Connor. That's brutal. I'm sorry, Connor. I think this game's a wrap. Depends what your back row is. Oof, bottomless. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just telling them what's happening. I was just telling him that I was just playtesting with my friend, and I said, man, you know what would really suck if I drew both my Lone Fires and a Supervise against his one trap does shoot, and that's exactly what happened. And so he was just lost from there because he could only put back one of my Lone Fires, and Supervise just did the rest of the work. Now back to this game. Unfortunately, I think that Connor's in a very bad position unless his back row is something incredibly strong, like a very well placed Mirror Force or an even better placed Deep Prison. It's not it. He needed a Battle Trap. He's gonna set the bottomless and pass it on over. Connor's looking through his graveyard to see if he's got anything to get out of this. Connor has something. It looks like a monster to me. Not worth of setting. Norseman's Card Trooper, mills the 3. Raikou, Nimble Hamster, and Imperial Iron Wall. Oh, that Imperial Iron Wall would have been disgusting if he had it for that karma cut.
Because I won, I think, because I won it.
That would have been disturbing. Oh, but it's also a good choice because he can't use Mark of the Rose.
I had it too. What am I doing? What am I doing? Because I completely forgot that I picked this.
Honestly, if I'm Eugene, you're in such a good position, you just attack. He takes 19, which leaves Connor at 36, which is basically one turn away from death. Connor drew into something else. It looks like another monster. It might have been a debris. Oh, it is a monster, but I can't tell what it is. He's listening to his extra deck, so he probably has something to normal summon and then bring out the plague with it to try to get out of this. Botanical Lion. Oof. Yep, that does it. That totally does it. Yep. I think Connor recognizes that it's this game. Oh! Never mind, sorry. Doesn't have fortresses in the grave. Card Trooper Mills 3. Hits the DD Crow. He can Pot of Avarice to draw 2 new cards if he wants to. Yeah, versus for all 5. Let's see what Eugene draws into. This is probably lethal for Connor. Well, this is lethal unless he has a very well placed card. Draws 2 new cards. Brain Control, Charge the Light Brigade. His hand is pretty good. He's going to charge the Light Brigade, mill 3. Mills Caius, Force, and Gear Frame. Okay. Not the worst, not the best. He's going to search for either... Oh, Lila. Oh, that's it. Even if it's a battle trap, he can't do anything about it. The only thing that would save Connor now is Torrential Tribute, but I don't know if he's already used it. That sucks. Let's see what happens. Normal summons Delilah, uses its effects. Targets that. It's Polynosis. GG's. Okay, well, that was it. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be making a video about the 3v3 after it happens. So, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.